Hello everyone and welcome to another Division 2 video. Today with game 2 between Kerb and myself. So we are on Orsha East and I'm going to do the same thing as last time where I try to look at the deck my opponent first and then explain some of my choices and also why I picked it. So the bans first, I forgot that in the first game the bans were ATF, SSB, Dodie and FDFL. From my side, I am player 2 in this game. He then banned 3rd Canadian, 4th Canadian, 20th Panther, and 26th Panther. Not all of these are necessarily a must ban, but they are all decently strong. And of course, as player 1, you can kind of go with some not must bans because player 2 will have to ban them. I then banned CIVG, 4th ES, 3rd Mech, and 9th Calf because I felt like these are must bans on this map. He then proceeded with Panzerleer, 3rd US, 2nd Magellos, and Hermann Göring. He picked allies, I picked Axis because there were a lot of good Axis divisions left open, I felt like. He then picked 2nd US and I countered with 5th SS Viking. I was actually considering some other things as well. I was considering Gebirgsjäger because while there is definitely light armor in 2nd US, there's not a ton of it. And you can kind of handle it. Also, 5th Gebirgs, I've started playing it recently and it's really a lot of fun. Castle was also a consideration because I felt like the armor could be really hard to deal with. And of course, you have super buff infantry, and you actually have decent enough tools against the light armor. And as I said, there's not that much, so that would definitely have been a strong contender as well. And then I actually seriously considered Tatra because you have a lot of explosive potential at the start with a lot of cheap spam and stuff that you can just force your way through, and then you played on Vanguard, you kind of win the hill and then go from there. But yeah, I ended up with Wiking. But now let's first look at 2nd US and then I can kind of explain why I chose to do that. So, Recon Dub, he will most certainly bring the Ranger Marauders. These are, of course, bazooka units. I have to be careful, they have some flames as well, so they can be hard to dig out at times. M8s, but only one card. Never mind this deck. Oh, we both play Maverick, by the way. I wanted to write Vanguard, for some reason wrote Maverick, and since that's what I said, I kind of, yeah, have to go with that one. I wanted to go Maverick because Orsha East is very much a Vanguard map, in my opinion. But yeah, it would be Maverick is one of my old builds. I haven't played this division in ages, so the build is bad, but we ignore that for now. So he will bring the Ranger Marauders, the Ranger LMG in A phase for sure. These are quite strong, but I think I can handle that with some support. Then the Rangers are now down to 3 per card, so you'll have to spend 2 cards on those because, well, unless he wants to bring the Engineers in A phase, I guess. But he probably doesn't want to do that, I would think. Then Rifles late, of course, are going to be annoying, but Pentagrams should be able to handle them. The Demolition Group, I don't think we're going to see since it's quite expensive at 30 points for what he can do. Maybe he decides to go for it. Tank Tab, so this is one of the reasons why Viking is such a good choice. First of all, you have the worst Shermans, and then you have the Rhino. Now, the Rhino, I think I can handle with the tools that I have, and these one more certainly, whereas they will struggle against some of my mighty tools. So that's kind of the reasoning. We're gonna see what I mean with Viking, but this armor tab will probably not stand a chance against Viking. In the support tab, this is definitely where this division outshines Viking, but you don't need that much 2k. So that's not that big of a deal. These might be a little bit of a problem, but the rate of fire of those is not great. So I should be able to deal with those. The Crocodile, if he brings that one, that's going to be a tough nut to crack. I don't really have anything in my deck that can deal with those, as we're going to see. And, to kind of hold things in C-phase, that might actually be a choice to do those. So I would actually expect him to do that. Kirby is a decent player, so he will probably realize this as well, that he can actually fit them in there. AT tab, yeah, it's okay. It's something I can deal with. The M10 is definitely going to be a little bit of a problem. The M5 gun is going to be a little bit of a problem, but nothing that is like unhandleable for me. A tab is both is pretty standard there, and then the artillery tab, this is where it's going to be a little bit problematic. So he has, of course, access to a lot of great artillery, and what I'm very worried about is, of course, the off-map, because Orsha East, and I don't have off-map, so this is one of the reasons I would have considered all divisions as well, especially Castle and Gebirgs, who I think have off-map, or at least Castle has. No, Gebirgs as well, I know. And then air spam is what I can expect, probably. And here is how I decided to build my deck of Viking. So the reasons why I think this is a good counter is, first of all, you counter the armor perfectly. Panzer IIIs are a great counter to Shermans. Panzer IV, not necessarily, but you have Stück IVs. I was kind of going back and forth on where to take them. This is how I ended up with. The T-34-85 is also a great counter against Shermans, as well as the Jagdpanzer IV and the Jagdpanzer SU-76. This thing has it has the right pen, it has an abominably high rate of fire, especially on veterancy. So that should generally win out against those. It doesn't have the APCR which the Russians have, but that's okay, you don't need it. And this thing's also good against Shermans. With APCR, you can also deal with the Rhino. And then the Jagdpanzer IV is, of course, a brick wall. Now, I went back and forth on how to do this. Actually, on the second thought, I think this might be the way to go. Because in B phase, I still have the income in C phase. I don't. So these two are, this is going to be annoying, this is going to be a brick wall for him, for the armor at least. And I have these guys for half tracks and M8s. My infantry on range should still win. I bring some in the half tracks because I know that, except for the bazooka, there's not that much, like on, except for the range of Maros, there's basically no AT on the infantry itself. So this might be able to be annoying for a little bit at least. What else? I bring Sturmpioneers and Pioneers in B phase. I decided that I'm not gonna go too heavy into Seekers in A phase. What else? AA. I have a good AA tab. This was one of my criteria. I have bring Gephards in A phase as well as the Flag 43 together with the Bergpanther. This thing can be super annoying. Once again, for 5 points, it just shreds, and as we've established, there's not a lot of light AT in second US. I would have loved to bring more, but the only other unit that you could bring them with would be the SK-18, which I decided not to take, and the Pak 40, which I also didn't take. And on top of that, it would be slow, and I kind of want to have my AT at the front line fast. I decided to go for the Hummel because he also has good counter battery. The Hummel is at least mobile. And then I decided to bring these nonetheless because I might really struggle against those Rhinos at times. Even though my armor should generally win out, I kind of felt like it might be necessary. And then I also have a fighter just in case, because as I said, he might air spam me. And I would have loved to take these in as well, because of course infantry is probably going to be the focus here, but I think that should do okay overall. My goal has to be just lock down and kind of hold, so there's that. And with that, I think, but yeah, I mean, as I said, this is not an infantry-focused division, and we're of course on a more infantry-heavy map, so it might have been better to go for Kessel, for example, where you also have Stück 4s. And as I said, unironically, Tatra might, with its armor and spammable infantry, might have actually been a good call here as well. The problem is you might get air spam, but so Tatra is not a bad division in this matchup, I don't think, but it is a very risky division because you either win fast or you lose, because you don't have a lot of sustain. Gebirgs, as I said, would have been a strong contester as well, but I think Viking is a pretty safe pick, one that I know how to play, one that is pretty classical with lots of nice things added on top of it, so it's one that I feel comfortable with playing for sure. The other ones I have started playing a bit more recently, but I'm not super experienced, so that's why I settled with Viking. And here we are, and of course I ended up on the bad side, which is really a big problem, because he has a lot more speed with his ranges than I do with my units. So I will have to fight hard for this flag, and that really, really sucks. So yeah, that's not really what I was hoping for, and that might be a massive issue, so I hope not, but that could be a game deciding factor here. Now again, as in the first game, we're playing this on the same day, I'm still, I don't know, you probably notice when you kind of wake up, but it's just a little bit too, you know, you're awake, but you still feel like you just woke up. I kind of woke up in a bad moment. I'm still a bit tired, but we're gonna do my best. I have had a cup of coffee before we start this, so there might be a chance of me actually. Oops. Actually, do we need this? No, not necessarily. But yeah, so there might be a chance of me actually being awake enough to do this, to pull this off. Let's hope so. Yeah, I mean, our last game one, that was not a super good game by myself. but I was also counterpicked quite nicely. And this now must be a win. If I don't win this, that's going to be it for the finals. I won't make it, unfortunately. And I would very much love to make it, so we are gonna win this. We are gonna win this. So I kind of want to hold off any pushes here with those and kind of try to push there if possible. Might also snipe. So, oh no, it only has 750 meter range. Forgot about that. Yeah, but if I want to hold, so I won't snipe things that go in here, but I might still be able to hold off the push. That's gonna have to do. I'm not gonna get better than that. Gonna have to bring those in there. This is in a good range. Not the best, but it's good enough. Actually, can load it earlier, it might be better. I might unload it here. Here should be okay. If it goes on the road, I think that should be 750 here. Should be able to kill that. It's risky to rely on the line of sight tool like that, to be honest. The good thing is, if I actually manage not to get forced off the hill entirely at the start, my armor should help me take this back. Now, the M5 gun, of course, could be potentially a big problem, but we're going to have to wait and see for that. Support type, I want to bring 2 of those. Well, I need to. One goes here. Damn it. Still keep fat fingering. I need to move my keyboard because I'm... in order to be able to record on a better resolution, I'm using my second monitor, because my main monitor is still not my high resolution monitor, because that one right now only has 60 Hz and that one is 140. Not super efficient, I know, or not ideal, but that's kind of how it is. But yeah, my goal is to win this early on, not early on, my goal is to win this in general. I don't actually need this right away. I'm gonna start with these guys. Although they're slower. Hold on. This thing, a bit faster, and against Germans it does just fine. And then we bring one of these in to the mix. And maybe one of these. Because these are also great against infantry. And this one should watch down the road. Then we're definitely going to go for that. I do bring the Sturmplayer, one of these, and then one of these. One thing I do want to make sure is that they go via this route. This is a problem that I've had in the past a couple of times now, and it's super obnoxious. So we're gonna make sure that they drive this way. If they drive this way and there's something pushing, they might get sniped, and I don't really want that to happen. And then we're gonna get an MG42. Up here, I think. This is a good spot. And then we might actually take one of these annoying AT guns in here as well, just in case it tries to do some shenanigans over here. And we might want to take one of these in here. I think that's it for this side. Now we have to decide if we actually contest this side. It doesn't have any 50mm mortars, so when it comes to that, should be fine. I think what we're going to do here is one Sturmplayer just in case, and then one Panzergrenadier together with the leader should probably do the trick. This will probably have to go there, and then we can decide where we go from there. Maybe take one of these in here as well. I kind of forgot about recon. We need a recon as well. We'll get one here, and then we need infantry, actual line infantry there to push. I think we're gonna follow up with some half tracks. The question is now, do we do it like that? I think we're gonna be light here and hope that he's also light there. If he brings tons of range marauders there, I'm screwed anyway. So, but I think it's worth to wait here with the half tracks and then kind of push with those. They are very, very useful, of course. Ready, good luck, have fun. I think that's going to be my plan. Good. But yeah, I'm kind of... So I start with armor that can have a bit of punch and is cheap, so I have lots of it. And then I will kind of switch to my heavier stuff, to my T-30-45, which I know his Shermans can't really pen. I will have no problem penning the Shermans. I would also keep them as a reserve backup against the, what's it called? The Rhinos, but I think my Yak Panzer Force will be able to do that as well. And I need... Then I think so the hope that I'm going to be able to hold this off, and then can I establish a foothold from there and go from the hill. If he doesn't contest this, it's fine. If he contests it, it's fine as well. I'm ready to lose that. And one of the first things, I forgot my air recon, but I don't really find the points for that anyway, so it might be better not to do that. Oh, what I forgot. Here is the light AT that I wanted to bring.
Hauptmann. Wir haben Verluste erlitten. Es hat Unteroffizier Stein erwischt. Aufgerödelt und bereit zum Einsatz. Ruhe, Herr, der ist hinüber.
I was kind of expecting to do it like like that. Okay, so we might be able to contest this. Oh, it's not what I wanted, but it's okay. And push through here with that. Okay, gonna follow up on that. Don't really know if there's any Ranger Marauders left in there, so I'm gonna be careful with that.
Geschütz einsatzbereit. Wie lauten Ihre Befehle? Wir haben Verluste erlitten.
No, I have to be careful. Oh, something's there with AT, I guess. Okay.
Lanzer zur Stelle. Ladeschütze. Panzergranate bereithalten. Man kann nie wissen.
Put that in a defensive waiting position here.
Wir gewinnen diesen Krieg. Das ist ein Befehl.
Can move him forward here a little bit. I might be able to poke over here with that. And I think we're gonna get some mortars now to clear this out. Oh, what is happening here? Where are all these units hitting? Jesus. Ah, this is so annoying. I mean, it's fair game, but Jesus, why does he have to spam these guys everywhere? It's so cheesy. It is so cheesy. Just died? Oh, of course it died now. Oh, no, 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 no.
Wir können nicht mehr.
Lanzer zur Stelle. Absitzen, sofort. Sanitäter! Hier können wir nichts mehr ausrichten. Bereit für die Jagd. Mitten ins Schwarze. Brauchen Sie Feuer. Hero 2, Feind gesichtet. Motor läuft. Hat jemand ein Taxi bestellt? Sturmpioniere.
Oh, there's another one of those.
Überprüft Waffen und Munition. Hier haben wir niedergemäht. Zieh den Arsch an Hand. Überprüft Waffen und Munition.
How many of those does he have?
Verstanden. Schütze, erhöhte Aufmerksamkeit. Es geht los.
Okay, but finally we're making some ground,
Lanzer zur
aren't
Stelle.
we? Get one of these here and then go from there.
Brauchen Sie Feuer.
Want this to reveal itself too early.
Aufgerödelt und bereit zum Einsatz. Die Munition ist aus. Lanzer zur Stelle.
I should have taken more CQC phase.
Ein Flammenmeer. Sanitäter! Weihnachten ist der Krieg vorbei. An alle Einheiten. Feind
Oof,
gesichtet.
that's slaughter.
MG einsatzbereit. Voll ins Schwarze. Ruhe, herhören. Ihre Befehle, Herr Hauptmann.
Yeah, that's gonna be an easy fix.
Deckung, Explosionsgefahr.
Get one of these in.
Geschützbereit, Herr Kommandant.
Then we, oh, no.
Gute Arbeit, Richtschütze.
Well, that works as well.
Falls der Tank getroffen wird, sind wir hinüber. Wie lautet Ihr Befehl, Hauptmann? Taxi, dort müssen wir hin.
Gonna bring one of these up there. I'm gonna bring some recon over there.
Der ist hinüber. Ihre Befehle, Herr Hauptmann? Wir wurden getroffen. Ich habe hier das Kommando. Flieg Sie weg von hier!
And yeah, after that I think it's time for some. Oh,
Es ist mir eine Ehre, die Männer anzuführen.
yeah, I think we want to disengage on that.
Feind gesichtet, Ziel auf.
Oh, I shouldn't have showed side armor. It's bad. Oh, come on, it hit that. Wow.
Ich liebe den Geruch von Feuer am Morgen.
Get some recon up here.
Herr Kommandant, feuert auf alles, was sich bewegt. Scheiße!
We're gonna go back here. Can try to push forward over there. It's taking the lead again. We have to do something against that.
Scheiße, es hat einen erwischt. Speer zur Stelle.
Yeah, no, this is lost. That's not good. Regrab this, which is great.
Vorwärts, Männer, aber schießt erst auf mein Kommando. Sanitäter!
Oh, come on, you could have killed that. Please. Jesus.
Bereit. Viel Feind, viel leer. Sanitäter!
Turn off the APCR, move that over there.
Alle Mann zurück!
Okay.
Wie lauten Ihre Befehle?
Now we can kind of start
Verdammt, es hat mich erwischt.
securing off ground with that.
Feind gesichtet, Ziel auffassen. Wie lautet der Plan?
Each shell missed. Bouncing, that's not ideal. Might be able to take ground with that though. Each shell hit, okay.
Bereit für den Transport. Schütze, erhöhte Aufmerksamkeit, es geht los. Infanterie bereit.
There's a leader there, I guess.
Wir sind bereit, Herr Kommandant. Feind gesichtet. Seid auf der Hut.
And I am waiting currently for this thing here. Oh, it's out of APCR. Well, then it's not gonna kill that.
Zieh den Arsch an, Hans.
Well, that's not ideal, but at least I do get access to some actual quality infantry now. I'm gonna prepare a little push here.
Wir haben Verluste erlitten.
Oh, that's not ideal. I'm gonna bring one of these in there.
Haben Sie Zielkoordinaten, Hauptmann? Nutzt die Straßen. Wir brauchen mehr Geschwindigkeit.
Oh, I wanted to only turn off this.
Seid wachsam, Soldaten.
Jesus, that's annoying now.
Wie lauten Ihre Befehle?
That could have been in position already. Love that. That's what I want. That's what I want.
Ruhe. Herhören.
Kill that, please.
Lanzer zur Stelle. Verstanden.
No, you can do it like that. I think it's time to get a Panzerschreck in here.
Es hinüber.
Oh. Might need some Sturmpiots and some regular Panzergrens.
Artillerie zu Diensten. Abmarsch und erhöhte Aufmerksamkeit.
Try to get back into this later on. You can unload here and then we're gonna try to get back in there.
Geht's nicht. Speer bereit. Ruhe. Herhören.
Kill off the leader first and then we can retreat.
Ich höre. Wie lauten Ihre Befehle?
I'm gonna get something over there and now we can start pushing back into here.
Richtung gereinigt.
Verdammt, es hat mich erwischt.
I do want to get some artillery shenanigans going on relatively soon if possible.
Voll ins Schwarze. Zieh den Arsch an, Hans.
Wir können nicht mehr.
Geschütz bereit.
Oh, forgot that I have this now. This is actually phenomenal. You can go after that, please.
Geschütz überprüft und einsatzbereit.
And then I think it's time to finally get some recon into the church tower. That is way overdue, actually.
Ich hab's immer gewusst. Sie wollen mich. Feind gesichtet.
Verdammt, es hat mich erwischt.
Liebe den Geruch von Feuer am Morgen. Weder Freund noch Feind. Nur lohnende Ziele. Bereit, Herr Kommandant. Bajonette auflatzen. Ein Flammenmeer.
Okay, finally got that done.
Bereit.
Jesus, that took ages.
Sturmpioniere, sammeln. Stehen bereit. Feind direkt vor eigener Stellung. Bereit, Herr Kommandant. Haha, das hat gesessen. Haben Sie Zielkoordinaten, Hauptmann? Stellungswechsel. Tanks voll, Fünferrichtung gereinigen. Wir geben unser Bestes. Wir sind leer geschossen. Wir müssen hier raus. Wir brauchen etwas zum Zündeln. Da geht's lang. Ein Flammenmeer. Wir wurden schwer getroffen. Unten bleiben. We give up.
Okay.
Es hinüber. Überprüft Waffen und Munition. Zieh den Arsch
Got
an.
that.
Feind direkt vor eigener Stellung. Ja. Zieh den Arsch an, Hans.
Good time for some
Bereit zum Feuern, Kommandant.
We are gonna reavert these guys to here.
Taxi, dort müssen wir hin. Klar und deutlich.
And I think we're gonna kill the rhino with one of those down.
Auf der Suche nach Beute. Vorwärts, aber seid wachsam. Der ist hinüber. Kläre das Gebiet auf. Erwarte Koordinaten. Fuchs 1. Wachsam bleiben. Feindgesichte, Ziel auffassen.
Wir können nicht mehr.
Ah, es hat mich erwischt. Das wird was für die Wochenschau. Stehen bereit. Bewegung. Abstände vergrößern. Vorwärts, Männer.
Good, one down.
Kommando.
Oh no, never mind. I was gonna say micro for the win. We don't need this here.
Schneller geht's nicht.
We need this over here now.
Wir sind bereit, Herr Kommandant. Vorwärts, zur Front geht's hier entlang. An dieser Position müssen wir raus.
Then we need to start pushing it back into there somehow. We might be able to put the Sturmpile in here if we're lucky.
Dort müssen wir hin.
That's gonna be, might be a possibility.
Sanitäter! Zurück! Und zwar langsam!
Okay, so we are set up there now. Now we can try to push into there.
Langsam zur Stelle.
We're gonna get a gorilla in the mix here for some nice support.
Der ist
And I think, yeah, we need some AT up here now, as well as some. Not Penny will do.
MG einsatzbereit.
Do-do-do.
Ich höre.
Oh, come on!
Ausgeschaltet.
I know you can do it. There we go. Down it is.
Hauptmann, Feuerbereitschaft hergestellt.
Go after that one now.
Bereit, Panzer zu knacken.
Wir können nicht mehr.
And one of these.
Ah, es hat mich erwischt! Indianer auf 3 Uhr Oberhalb. Bodenstelle. Was steht auf dem Plan?
Oh yeah, he's gonna lose that now.
Jagdpanzer bereit. Für den Arsch an Hand. Melden uns zum Dienst, Herr Kommandant. Aber Feind aufgeklärt.
No, he's not. Well, that's just stupid.
Verdammt, ich wurde schwer getroffen. Bereit für den
Now we're gonna have to park him here for the time being. This is gonna be. Wait, why did I? Oh my god. That was not the. That was not the idea. That was not the idea. That should have been an AT gun. That was a misclick. Damn it.
Feindkontakt. Taxi bereit. Verstanden. Wir brauchen etwas zum Zündeln. Falls der Tank getroffen wird, sind wir hinüber. Ein Flammenmeer. Lasst sie verbrennen. Artillerie zu Diensten. Artillerie zu Diensten.
And then you can go after that.
Jawohl. Wir geben unser Bestes. We give up. Ah, es hat mich erwischt.
Currently, I still need to make ground somehow.
Eins an alle. Funküberprüfung. Kommen. Meine Herren, verbrannte Erde. Zweiter Zug einsatzbereit.
Which I just did. Okay.
Bereit, Herr Kommandant.
And I think we're gonna get one of these going.
Sanitäter!
Gonna get a beobachtet here for the radio. I do want to get 2 of these here, and one is to push back in there.
Zieh den Arsch an Hans. Stehen bereit.
Looks like we might need.
Pack zur Stelle. Hoffentlich entdeckt uns der Feind nicht im offenen Gelände. Feind direkt vor eigener Stellung. Wir haben Ausfälle in unseren Reihen. Machen uns bereit, Herr Kommandant. An dieser Position müssen wir raus.
Oh, lost that.
5. Kompanie bereit. Deckung! Infanterie bereit.
Port. I wish I had more machine guns, to be honest. Single star versus double star. Of course. Of course. Why not? Why not? Gonna on one of these going. Still slowly but surely taking him down.
Jawohl, Herr Kommandant. Jawohl, Herr Kommandant. Hauptmann, Feuerbereitschaft hergestellt.
That's okay, I've got more shenanigans there.
Bajonette auflassen.
But
Lanzer zur Stelle. Sanitäter! Verstanden. Ende.
I'm gonna get absolutely wiped now.
Scheiße, das war knapp. Mein Kontakt. Vorwärts, aber seid wachsam.
I have more. Oh, what happened to my gorilla over there?
Sanitäter!
I'll just put you on fire at will, to be honest.
Jawohl, Hauptmann. Zieh den Arsch an Hand. Zweiter Zug einsatzbereit. Stehen bereit. Wir wurden schwer getroffen. Hinüber. Infanterie bereit.
This recon here has been absolute
Flammenwerfer bereit.
MVP.
Verdammter Mist, der Motor brennt.
Oh, what just died?
Feuer bereit.
Panzergren. Oh, over here. Okay.
Ruhe. Herhören.
That is not ideal.
Tanks voll. Zündvorrichtung gereinigen.
Love to push back in there. Oh, I forgot that we have this thing.
Feuer bereit.
Just wipe out these two, please. Be lovely.
Artillerie zu Diensten. Wird so ausgeführt, Kommandant.
Gonna get another pioneer in there. A Panzergren in here. Gonna get this thing in position again.
Sanitäter! Kampfbereit. Der ist hinüber.
I'm gonna get some recon over there.
Zu Ihren Diensten.
See what's here. What's here?
Lass mich raus!
Oh, the demolition group.
Lass mich gehen!
Okay.
Überprüft Waffen und Munition. In Deckung! Explosionsgefahr! Auf die Feuer! Tanks voll, Zündvorrichtung gereinigen. Deckung! Vorwärts, aber schließt die Flanken. Aber Feind aufgeklärt. Es hat mich
Oh, damn it.
Ja. Hoffentlich entdeckt uns der Feind nicht im offenen Gelände.
Not ideal. Half track right there kind of screwed everything. But, I mean, if you have it here, might as well just use it.
Wir haben Ausfälle in unseren Reihen.
Okay, it's going after the lesser threat of the two. And I know that this is in here now, and then we are gonna move.
Bereit. Wir haben Verluste erlitten. Ich höre, Herr Hauptmann. Lass mich raus! Ich will da raus!
Okay.
Lass mich gehen! Noch ein Treffer!
Can you just... Come on, you're within radio range. Oh, I think you could kill that.
Sturmpioniere, sammeln!
That hits now. I'm gonna lose it. It doesn't. Okay. Okay. I'm good. I'm good. I am satisfied.
Aber Feind aufgeklärt. Melden uns zum Dienst, Herr Kommandant.
That's actually a threat now.
Dort müssen wir hin.
This is also not ideal.
Feuer bereit.
I might be able to...
Fertig machen zum
might not be able... I might need to pull out of that. The demonstration group has a Panzer Shrek after all, so...
bereit.
Oh shit, forgot to retreat that one.
Jawohl, Kommandant. Indianer auf 3 Uhr Oberhalb. Infanterie bereit.
Verdammt, es hat mich erwischt.
Aber Feind aufgeklärt. Artillerie zu Diensten. Vorsicht, dieses Flugzeug hält nicht.
That's gone now.
Bereit für den Transport. Es hat mich
That is gone now.
Stehen bereit.
I'll have to move those now.
Wir wurden schwer getroffen. Marschbereitschaft hergestellt.
Come on, hit. Nah, of course he went for the grillet.
Volltreffer. Sie ist zerstört. Zweiter Zug einsatzbereit. Überprüft Waffen und Munition.
Verdammt, es hat mich erwischt.
Bereiter Aufwand.
And I think I need to get one in here as well. Just in case.
Feind ist in der Nähe. Der ist hinüber.
But there is well secured for now. And as soon as we get back to that,
Code 6, kampfbereit. Stehen bereit. Sanitäter! Vorsichtig, Männer, der Feind ist in der Nähe.
there we go. Got that deleted right there. Ooh. That's a rough one. Okay, so if I can just hold this flag, I can take him down. I just need to make sure that I can hold for long enough.
Haha, das hat gesessen.
And then I'm good. So he has a C-phase card of CQC, which is a bit of a problem for me because I can't really contest that super well. Might need to get a Panzerschreck up here.
Feind gesichtet.
No, I do want to kind of start preparing for some potential pushes elsewhere. I'm gonna move that as well. Gonna
Eigene Stellung.
gonna go after that then.
Jawohl, Kommandant. Tanks voll, Zündvorrichtung gereinigen. Sanitäter! Wir sind leer geschossen.
You know what? Oh no.
Die Gruppe erwartet ihre Befehle.
What do we have coming in here?
Unten bleiben! Wir rücken so unauffällig vor wie möglich.
I think we have to bring one in of decent there.
Verdammt, es hat mich erwischt.
Let's see if he continues. We can leave it in here for now. Lost line of sight. Need to go back because the M1 gun might otherwise kill me.
Jawohl.
Just drives through here. I'm gonna unload this.
Kameraden,
He does.
Hat jemand ein Taxi bestellt? Fahrzeug bereit, Hauptmann. Wir werden sie aufspüren und vernichten. Panzervernichtungstrupp bereit. Transportkommando bereit. Feind direkt vor eigener Stellung. Stehen bereit.
Well, if we get this close, my friend, I can also just, you know...
Auf Befehl
Oh,
des
or he does it.
Ziels.
That's fine as well.
Panzer zur Stelle. Lass mich raus!
We're gonna wait here a second.
Zieh den Arsch an, Hans. Überprüft Waffen und Munition. Vorwärts, Männer, aber schießt erst auf mein Kommando. Die Gruppe erwartet ihre Befehle.
Okay, that's not good.
Nutzt die Straßen, wir brauchen mehr Geschwindigkeit. Warten auf Feuerkoordinaten.
Gonna need more supplies.
Wir können nicht mehr.
Langsam
Come on. Get it. Do it. Do it.
Es hat mich erwischt.
Wie wäre es mit Trommelfeuer?
I'm just gonna put that to counter battery then.
Ah, es hat mich erwischt!
I got a radio, so that's definitely good.
Jawohl, Hauptmann.
Alright, got that done.
Wir müssen hier raus! Sanitäter! Fahrzeug bereit, Hauptmann.
And didn't I call in a Stug at some point? Did that die? No. I guess it didn't get called in after all. 12-12, what did he grab? He grabbed this one back, okay. That's alright.
Das war knapp. Bereit, Herr Hauptmann. Nutzt die Straßen. Wir brauchen mehr Geschwindigkeit. Gute Arbeit, Richtschütze.
Oh, here it is.
Übersehen. Wir werden geschossen. Den zeigen wir es, Männer. Jawohl, Kommandant. Feind aufgeklärt. Feuer! Ah, es hat mich erwischt! Wir müssen hier raus!
Gonna get some more AA in here.
Warten auf Luft- oder Bodenziele. Sanitäter!
Some AA in here.
Alles unter Beschuss. Geschütz bereit, Herr
Just
Kommandant.
defensive fire and everything there.
Verdammt, es hat mich erwischt.
Oder schneit. Taxi, dort müssen wir hin.
I gotta make some ground here. Okay, I think this is off the table. I'm not gonna do this again.
Hier raus! Steht zu Diensten. Zu Befehl, Hauptmann. Landsat zur Stelle.
Might be able to do this even.
Gute Arbeit, Richtschütze. Sturmpioniere, sammeln. Feind gesichtet. Seid auf der Hut. Kampfbereit. Lass mich raus! Ich will nach Hause! Lass mich gehen! Wie ist die Lage? Wahrer Gefechtsgeschwindigkeit. Ihre Befehle, Herr Hauptmann?
Then you go back in here.
Die Gruppe erwartet Ihre Befehle. Hero 2, Feind gesichtet. Jawohl, Hauptmann. Marsch! Aber achten Sie auf unsere Flanken. Ruhe, herhören.
I think then we might actually be able to get something in here, after all.
Wieder Freund noch
Do I have another gorilla left? I do, so I could potentially go for that.
Wir haben Gesellschaft.
Might also need to reinforce this. Might want to do it now that we can. I think we're gonna fall these back to safety into like some backyards and such.
Bereit, Herr Kommandant.
We're gonna have to move this again.
Transportkommando bereit.
Gonna put you on fire at will. I'm gonna get another gorilla down here actually. Might suppress it for now. Then we're gonna have to go for something else afterwards.
Motor läuft. Gute
Oh, come on. This thing. Gotta be kidding me.
Verstanden. Wir müssen hier raus.
HL is freaking laser.
Guter Schuss. Wahrer Gefechtsgeschwindigkeit.
Speaking of HL being a freaking laser, we're not gonna try this again. It's not gonna end super well for us.
Bereitschaft herstellen.
And then we're gonna get another one of these in here to kind of cover this off a little. Oh, yeah, that's not gonna happen anymore. I think we're gonna have to just live with that.
Zweiter Zug einsatzbereit. Haben Sie Zielkoordinaten, Hauptmann? Wir haben Gesellschaft. Ah, es hat mich erwischt. Feind gesichtet. Seid auf der Hut. Sanitäter!
We just need to take him down, continuously, 15 minutes left. As long as I can hold this somehow, I'm all good.
Die Gruppe erwartet Ihre Befehle.
Oh yeah, joke's on you, have more.
Unten bleiben!
That's good. Love that, love that. Might need to get some more stuff in here just in case. I'm out of CQC, which is not ideal on this map, but I think he doesn't have a ton of more of it. I hope so, at least.
Ich höre. Viel Feind. Viel leer.
You know what?
Artillerie zu Diensten. 200 abbrechen. 6 Schuss. Ende.
I think you can just keep on shooting or whatever you want over here.
Wir haben Ausfälle in unseren Reihen. Ich höre. Gute Jagd, Torino. Jawohl, Hauptmann.
That hits now. Jesus Christ.
Explosionsgefahr. Landsat zur Stelle.
It was so stressed out, yet it still hit that. Like, come on.
Lass mich raus! Ich will nach Hause! Lass mich gehen! Feind in der Nähe! Beschützt die Artillerie! Alle mal zurück! Bodenstelle! Greife jetzt an! Stehen bereit! Mitten ins Schwarze! Landsat zur Stelle!
Was sollen wir ohne Munition machen?
Hier kommt mir die Wochenschau. Erwarte Koordinaten. Verdammter Mist, der Motor brennt! Wir wurden getroffen! Breiter Hauptmann!
Cool, that was just in time.
An dieser Position müssen wir raus!
Guter Schuss.
I was gonna lose that now.
Hauptmann, Feuerbereitschaft hergestellt! Scheiße, verdammt!
Took a long time, but we got it. We lost that again.
Die Gruppe erwartet ihre Befehle. Bereit zum Feuern, Kommandant. Ah, es hat mich erwischt!
Gonna have to try and get in there with some pentagrams then, I guess.
Feind direkt vor
Do I have? No, I don't have any more of these. That's a shame. Or this would do as well.
Feind direkt vor eigener Stellung.
That's actually waste. But yeah, it is what it is. Oh, it's going after the Hummel again.
Feuerkoordinaten.
You just keep hammering this, my friend.
Marschbereitschaft hergestellt.
Just keep hammering this.
Bereit, Herr Kommandant. Feind gesichtet. Seid auf der Hut. Stehen bereit. Nimmt die Beine in die Hand. Zu Befehl. Vorwärts, Männer. Aber schießt erst auf mein Kommando.
I'm gonna get some more infantry in here now. Probably over here as well. This is a good spot. I think this is a good spot. Just have to hold on for a bit longer.
Vor eigener Stellung. Warten auf Luft- oder Bodenziele.
Probably another one that is gonna lose.
Den Feind hat's zerlegt. Unten bleiben.
And another one. I think. Should be at least.
Waffen und Munition.
Oh, this is not how I want them to go. So one of them goes in here, the other one goes over here,
Klar und deutlich.
and then in here we set. I can hold that for me. Would be great.
Stehen bereit. Fertig machen zum Sprung. Wir greifen gleich.
I think this is secure for now. He might air swim a little bit, but I think I've just dealt with that. I think there's much of an air force left.
Was sind Ihre Befehle? Marsch.
I'd be able to do that.
Sie auf unsere Flanken. Einsatzbereit.
And you can do some counter battery. And get some infantry down here for later on.
Was sind Ihre Befehle?
I'm gonna park him there for now. I don't wanna get some. Oh no.
Feind direkt vor eigener Stellung.
Line of sight tool doing what the line of sight tool does best. Not being accurate. Should have known. I should have known.
Aufspüren und vernichten. Jabo bereit.
Verdammt, es hat mich erwischt.
I'm gonna get another one then. Probably one of these. I can actually afford it. I think it's that's actually worthwhile.
Jawohl, Herr Kommandant. Feind Feind gesichtet.
That's a good investment. That's a very good investment. Still 12-12, that's okay. All I need now is hold, so as long as I can hold, I am happy.
Feind gesichtet.
Can also lift that. So he has 2 cards of 50 cals, which I think is a reasonable thing to do. I'd probably do it as well if it was him. So let's see if this thing performs for me the way it performs for everyone else, apparently. Oh, you know what we can do? I don't think there's a lot of AA here. Might be able to do that, and then evac. Yes, it does what it's supposed to do for me.
Überprüft Waffen und Munition. Wir haben Verluste erlitten. Pack zur Stelle.
Okay, we're gonna secure this then, instead of pushing forward, actually.
Vorsichtig, Männer. Der Feind ist in der Nähe.
I don't think he's noticed, that's good. It's very good.
Brecher ab, Ende. Stehen bereit. Was sind Ihre Befehle? Haha, das hat gesessen.
No, why does this always happen? This is so annoying.
Wir geben auf.
Oh, you know what we can do?
Verstanden.
Do this.
Auf erkannten Feind Feuererlaubnis.
Actually, why didn't I go after this earlier?
Auf Feuerkoordinaten.
The good thing is the time that he's spending on counter battery he should probably be using on different things. But it just benefits me if he goes for counter battery instead of,
Unterzug einsatzbereit.
you know.
Halte Ausschau nach feindlichen Flugzeugen. Sanitäter!
Just doing that instead of going for actual like targets at holding my line. That's perfectly fine for me. I also did, I'm guilty of that too. I also did go for counter battery a little bit, but not that heavily. Oh, actually,
Versorgung kann eingeleitet werden.
we need this there. I'm gonna get more ammo and you can drive through here. We're somewhere out of way and I need to secure this off now.
Jawohl, Kommandant. Ohne Tritt, Marsch!
Might now be able to push
Der Feind
here.
ist in der Nähe. Feind gesichtet. Seid auf der Hut.
Grab this. It's super greedy, but I think I can afford it. I don't think I will lose that at that point.
Melden uns zum Dienst, Herr Kommandant.
Regular Shermans. Yeah, I think I should win that. Stück who is different beast.
Lanzer zur Stelle. Scheiße, das war knapp. Zu Befehl.
We could just retreat into there. 15-9, there we go. Love that.
Breiter Aufwand. Vorsichtig, Männer. Der Feind ist in der Nähe. Jawohl.
Ah, these damned range marauders.
Alle Mann zurück! Wir sind
I'm
getroffen.
gonna get some more Stück Force, Stücky Boogie.
Haha, das hat gesessen. Zum Schützenrodel aufgehen. Mir nach. Wie lauten Ihre Befehle?
Well, 59's gone.
Stehen bereit.
Fortunately.
Zum Schützenrodel aufgehen. Mir nach. Zieh den Arsch an, Hans. Breiter Hauptmann.
Might be able to see what's there. Still going after counter battery. Luckily I moved. Yeah, look at that. He's wasting so much time. I mean, he's a good player, don't get me wrong. It's not not trying to make fun of him or anything, but he's wasting
Sie bereit.
a lot of time
Feuer und Bewegung.
on this for no reason, really.
Warten auf.
Because it doesn't actually, like, if you see, if you look close, it hasn't really done much good for him, right?
Verdammt, es hat mich erwischt.
Breiter Hauptmann. Bajonette aufpflanzen.
There we go, 59 for another moment.
Dann bleiben. Infanterie bereit. Zur Stelle, Hauptmann.
I mean, he has kept me busy, I give him that much, but
Überprüft Waffen und Munition.
yeah, I don't know. I just don't think Maverick on Maverick counter battery is super good if your opponent is constantly moving. I think there's just often better targets. In a balanced on balance grind, that's a whole different story, but we're not in a balanced on balance grind.
Infanterie bereit.
We're just gonna kill that again. Oh, hold on. Okay, so he did something. Kill off.
Wir können nicht mehr.
Kill off my SDKF set, which is not good.
Fläche ab, Ende. Punkt 1, einsatzbereit. Jawohl, Hauptmann.
Oh, that might kill it now. Oh, no, it doesn't. 59 once again. And we need to move this now, and then we're gonna get another SDKF set.
Ich höre. Wir geben auf. Wie lauten Ihre Befehle? Hero 2, Feind gesichtet.
We can go after that again. Doesn't really matter anymore at this point.
Wäre es mit Trommelfeuer?
You can just go fire at will, and then I'm gonna get more AA.
Lanzer zur Stelle.
But yeah, I think the counter worked really well. I mean, that's the current situation anyway with player 1 and player 2. Player 2, so for those of you who don't actually play tournaments yourself, we get, as you've seen, 8 bans each, and player 1 gets to ban last and pick first, right? So naturally, player 1 would be at a bit of an... I can't find an angle on that. Ah, actually, I can find an angle on that. Player 1 could pick the best division, right? But and leave the scraps for player 2. But the way it currently is, there is just too many decent divisions because the game is in a good state balance-wise, so that what ends up happening is that player 2 usually gets a good counter pick. Sometimes not. Sometimes, in a few cases, player 1 actually can kind of lock things down. And but most of the times there's decent counters, and yeah.
Rot 1 an alle. Funküberprüfung. Kommen.
This is how it's currently. So, GG's to him though. I think second US is just not as good as it used to be, but yeah, I mean fifth SS Viking is just a great counter, and we've seen this here. Love this division. It is not without weaknesses, but if you're a little bit careful with when you pick it, for me, it's not necessarily always a good first pick, but it's definitely a good counter pick. And I think we've seen here why its armor is just so great against allied armor. You have a good infantry cap, like in size, nothing spectacular, but a good size. So yeah, the start was really good. The range marauders are disgusting for the start because I can transport snipe and still fight at CQC with because the loadout isn't great, but they have the Willy Pete and they have what do you call commando. Yeah, then I slowly kind of started getting back on it. Still more red-sided, but yeah, I think this is where kind of my armor arrived, and I started stabilizing things, and this is where I kind of started pushing back a little bit. It's still off back and forth, but I mean, yeah, you have also the efficient Panzer IIIs and the SD2. It's just a great mix overall. And one more, oh, kill the Panzer III. Okay, that's where I went. And then, yeah, I think it's quickly it's always a back and forth, but I think it was always kind of a bit more blue side. I think the key moment was where I won the left flank, because at that point I basically got that to keep that flag. I mean, it's always, if you win that, it is super hard for an opponent to push back in. I over-invested in there at the end to kind of consolidate, but I was luckily enough in a position where I could afford that. But yeah, but the problem is, once you lose that position, it's basically a flag that you always lose. But that will stay lost, that's what I wanted to say. So you can kind of keep that, and then the pressure is on your opponent to make ground somewhere. And of course, the first key moment was not getting pushed off the hill. Yeah, look at that Panzer III go. So strong. Champagner did some good work. The SV76 did good work. I mean, what else would I have expected? This one too. Not a Panzer III that was just disgustingly good. 81 mil, look at this. Oh, he killed his 81 mil. Wow, I felt like it was silent at some point. I thought it was probably the half track, but since it was always there, I decided to just try to counter battery. It looks like I landed, thanks to the radio. Look at that thing, he killed so many support weapons. The Yak Panzer IV, the Rhinos just have no chance against that. Whereas he can still pen the Rhino. Focke-Wulf really paid itself off nicely as well. I don't know where that one was, but did a lot of work too. I don't know what, that might have been the one that killed its surrender things on the left flank when he tried to push back in. Navtrex definitely helped with that, but not enough, fortunately for him. Yeah, GG's to him though, and thank you all for watching. Hope you have a great day and see you next time.